Welcome to Madden and Freddie T, your boy fell out of the top 10. How you feeling about that?
I feel okay, but there are gonna be some GMs who lose their jobs by making this career-defining mistake.
Those same GMs and their scouts have done their due diligence and watched the show. And listen to me. I'm telling you, this kid is not a cornerstone of a championship team.
No, Channing. When he
Okay, ready? Ready? Let's go. Get up. Organic. Hey. Hut, hut. Here we go. Stretch. Let go. Ready, break, go! And ready. Ready, hut! Down! Ready, ready?
Welcome to Madden and Freddie T, your boy fell out of the top 10. How you feeling about that?
I feel okay, but there are gonna be some GMs who lose their jobs by making this career-defining mistake.
Those same GMs and their scouts have done their due diligence and watched the show. And listen to me. I'm telling you, this kid is not a cornerstone of a championship team.
No, Channing. When he's holding that sticky Lombardi, this clip will come back and go viral.
Don't waste my time.
I've been going hard from the night into the daylight. Telling them all that yesterday's price is not the same price. Eating up what's for breakfast, I can tell you what it tastes like. Wake up and I see red and I still don't got no brake lights. Yeah, feeling super fly.
Welcome to week 1 of the NFL preseason, where the rookies of today hope to become the stars of tomorrow. It's the 49ers and the Raiders, and it's coming up next.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their rookie cornerback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
A good throw right there. And Charles, this first preseason game is kind of a get your feet wet type of exercise. The starters will likely only go a quarter or so and then watch the remainder of the game. So what would you be looking for if you were a coach on that sideline?
Well, I think that since it's a get your feet wet type of exercise, the game plan is going to be fairly simple. And what you want to see is how your quarterback has absorbed things. Is he making the right reads? Is he in control and calm while he's out there? And just going through the simple exercise you've given him so far and trying to execute well here in the early going.
Back to throw again. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
He's hoping for better luck here on drive number 2. Of course, the first drive, he threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. And now starting again here, 1st and 10.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. 23 yards on the play.
That's a good throw right there, and I know it's just the preseason, but let's face it, these reps are important for him. He's trying to learn a new playbook, hopefully mesh with his new receiving core. I know it's a lot to ask, but so far, he's looking pretty good.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He'll buy some time right.
Ayuk bringing it in on the crossing route here. He's got room at the 30.
And finally marked down at the 23.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
McCaffrey is in. Touchdown 49ers.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Raiders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly.
Clean it up, man. Time to wake up.
Welcome to Madden Cast. Freddie T, your boy fell out of the top 10. How you feeling about that?
I feel okay, but there are going to be some GMs who lose their jobs by making this career-defining mistake.
Those same GMs and their scouts have done their due diligence and watched the show. And listen to me. I'm telling you, this kid is not a cornerstone of a championship team.
No, Channing. When he's holding that sticky...
When you pop in there, I want to slice.
It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Broncos and the 49ers on EA Sports.
From the future site of Super Bowl 60 in a few years' time, there's a look inside Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a compelling matchup here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the San Francisco gets set to go here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. Oh, he pulls over it. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle, no mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Got his target, Samuel. He's to the 15. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there was a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him. And he'll get in. He's over for a touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the 49ers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the...
Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey.
And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterback.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, he's a high draft pick, so maybe a bit of a mulligan, but you never want to throw a preseason interception, especially as a rookie.
No, but this is the time to do it, right? Let's get the kinks out.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's got to be feeling pretty good playing.
Let's go now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Completes it to Jennings. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
A good throw there, and that's what you want to see from a quarterback trying to cement his spot as a starter. Now, worth pointing out, we're expecting to see this group for the first half of this game only.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 55 yards. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And now they're in the hurry-up. Here's 2nd and 8. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon.
Well, look around.
So the victory here for San Francisco.
Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for
call if you bust a couple scams off the
The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Chargers and the Niners coming up next.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. What a pickup this man was last year. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he's going to have the Niners first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards. Back to throw now on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. This will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Good work there on that completion. You know, once we made the move, Charles, from 4 preseason games down to 3, kind of tougher to know how to handle these games as a coaching staff. And they've decided they want to leave some of their starters out there. This will probably for this entire first half. Do you agree with that?
Ordinarily, Brandon, I wouldn't, but I actually do, and here's why. When we went from 4 to 3 in terms of preseason games, we left a bigger gap between the third game and the start of the regular season. So there's a lot of time for rust to build up, right, and some bad habits to form. I want these guys to play as much as possible in preseason and be ready to go when the season begins. So, yes, I'm all in favor of them getting some extra work here.
Again, McCaffrey. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Trying to finish off this opening drive from the 3. And this time he is in. Christian McCaffrey, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
After one, 7-3 the score. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. On play action, they'll throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now he'll try to run with this. 20 down the right sideline. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 42 yards. And the Niners are able to widen their advantage. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone, drive 2. They go play action here on 1st down. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. 23 yards, the final tally.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the 1st half.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. This one caught by Kittle. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A gain of 32 that time. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll set up to throw. And he fires one incomplete. He These offensive starters still out there in the second quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the third quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the third quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the fourth quarter.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now third.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
It got his man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They're going to hurry back to the line now. This is Samuel. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practice...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the... What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out.
Never leave the house without the pack. Where my